They ended up getting reverse swept in the best of 7, and it looks like our moderator messed up which team colors things are, but it's okay. We're going to get that fixed as soon as possible here as we try to get into the rest of the series here. Team White are playing with their sub in Furlash. If you guys do not know Furlash is on an 8-pack North team where he's playing with Doomsy and Sigums, and they actually managed to get top 4 in the regional last night, and they're going to be playing in the top, trying to get top 2 tonight here at around 3 a.m. PST. So go on and cheer on Furlash. He himself is a 2-time Havoc champion playing with Benji, but now we're going to see him playing with Doomsy and Sigums later tonight. So make sure to check out Rocket League 8-Pack later tonight to see if Furlash can manage to get top 2 in the whole region. But right now, everybody, I apologize if you guys do not hear game audio. Trying to fix the overlay here really quickly. But overall, everybody in chat, who do you guys think is going to come out with this win here? Team White did manage to sweep in the grand finals of the seeding tournament, showing that they themselves were better than Flu Esports Pink. But right now, we're going to see who is going to end up being that winner, or who's going to end up getting a win here. Most people expect Team White to sweep this, but right now, it's still 0-0 early on in this game. And if you guys do not know, Left Stick is playing later tonight. He's actually playing in the final matchup tonight, which is why he ended up going to try and warm up. But with that, Furlash, the Japanese player, Furlash, the Japanese pro, in fact, manages to get the first goal on the board. Look at that placement. He's ready for tonight. And honestly, that's something that I am wondering about. If Furlash playing in this tournament tonight is going to be a great warm-up for him later tonight, trying to make sure that he's confident going into his matches on the actual RLCS stream. And if he's confident, that's when Hilltop Picnic, the team he's playing for in Japan, will pop off. And of course, everyone knows Doomsy. He was one series away from making it into Worlds Season 1, and he was also a pro back in Season 2. However, now he's back in Japan playing in Asia North to see if they can manage to win a regional against the likes of Realize and Team Ganders. But now back over to the Havoc side of things. This is our first non-Flu Esports versus Havoc match. It's Havoc versus Havoc. For those of you guys who do not know, Team Gray have a bye week this week. Team Gray managed to get top 4 in Havoc last season, but they're going to get a bye here in week number 1. Their roster has remained the same, but this new roster here between Love You, Clarky, and Itsuki is going to be amazing. If you guys don't know Itsuki, he's known in this community fairly well. He makes graphics for other people. Clarky, he's been a moderator in Havoc. He's played in Havoc since he was on Academy, back when Academy first became a thing, back in Season 3. There was Academy in Season 1 and 2, but he was the first ever really good Academy player to come out of Academy. And of course, Love You, he recently got 1900 for the first time in solo Q2s, and he's going to be looking to try and put on an offensive show against the likes of Team White. Pixacar looking for a follow-up shot, isn't able to get to it. Now over to Panda. Panda trying to maintain possession here in the side wall. Tries to pass the ball right back out mid to Furlash. Furlash looks for the shot. Clarky does manage to get a touch to the side, and the ball's now going to be cleared away by Itsuki. Pixacar and Panda both double commit on that, leaving Furlash's last man back. Furlash's last man back ends up really overcommitting, but luckily Panda manages to save him, managed to get back just in the nick of time. Pixacar clears the ball across, now over to Clarky. Clarky ends up trying to maintain possession, but he has 0 boost. Gets the ball over 1, passes over to Love You. Love You now back over to Itsuki. Itsuki managed to get a touch forward, but Pixacar manages to backflip right in position. Now Furlash maintaining possession, going down the field. We are currently playing on US West because Team White is playing with Furlash. If you guys don't know the Havoc rules, if you play with somebody that is from Oceania or Japan on your team, the servers automatically are always US West. And if there ever manages to be a Europe versus OCE matchup in Havoc Esports, then it will alternate from East to West. However, with a minute left on the clock, Team White not as strong as they normally come out of, but it's still 1-0. But of course, we saw from Team Cyan, the champions, when they managed to take down Flu Esports White, they ended up having a very slow start as well, but they ended up managing to win that series in a sweep. So it's looking like we're going to be seeing the same type of stuff coming out of Team White. We have seen 1 sweep today and 2 best of 5s. Maybe we'll get to see another sweep right here. Ball gets pinched out mid. Now 40 seconds left on the clock. Ball gets pinched across. Now over to Itsuki, trying to maintain possession. Itsuki into the offensive corner, tries to pinch the ball mid. Back over to Pixakar. Pixakar looks for the 50, looks for the musty, and manages to get past one. Furlash, the Japanese pro himself, tries to fake out the aerial, but Cabbage is not taking any of that. Now takes the ball off the sidewall, looks for a double flip reset, and isn't able to get to it, but Itsuki will keep the ball on the offensive side. Ball pinches out mid, over to Furlash. Furlash now down to Panda. Panda ends up leaving it, and Furlash will clear the ball forward once more. Levy managed to get clears the ball away, and now Panda launches the ball on target, but Levy managed to grab the big boost and take the ball away. But with a minute left, with 4 seconds left on the clock, looks like game number 1 is going to be going over to the seeding tournament champions, Team White. Here we go. 5 minutes left on the clock. Back to Furlash. Furlash ends up losing the kickoff over to Pixakar. Pixakar gets beat out by Clarky. Clarky launches the ball down the field over into the corner. Cabbage trying to maintain possession on the back wall. Drops the ball down. Pitches the ball across. Gets a better 50-50, but Furlash goes off the ceiling. 50s the ball forward. Now back over to Clarky. Clarky trying to maintain possession, isn't able to get back to it, and Pixakar pre-flips the ball forward, ends up centering the ball mid, Panda into the air, looks for the touch off the backboard, Furlash into the air, and he puts the ball in the back of the net. Furlash, his mechanics are great, his thoughts are sublime. Look at this right now. Furlash knows as third man that he can go here, and it's into the back of the net. Team White looking confident. And actually, Team Clarky was the closest team to being able to take a series win over Flu Esports Pink besides Team White. So if they managed to keep a series close against Flu Esports Pink, just as Flu Esports Pink took a close series for Team White, then maybe Team Clarky can sneak out a win here. However, the ball is now going to get launched back over to Levy. Levy isn't able to get back to it. Here go back over to Itsuki. Back over to Furlash now. Furlash launches the ball forward over to Cabbage. Cabbage now back to Furlash. Furlash down to Pinda. Pinda looks for a center mid. Isn't able to get there, but now over to Cabbage once more. Cabbage looks for a center. Isn't able to get back to it. Over to Pinda. Pinda over to Pixakar. Pixakar taking it slow up the sidewall. Goes off the ceiling. Looking for the ground double tap. Isn't able to get the double tap portion. And Clarky will be the one tasked to clear the ball away. Can't get it past Panda, but Levy back to Cabbage. Cabbage back to Levy. Looking for the shot, but still 1-0 lead here for Team White. Furlash ends up missing the doink there. Could have been a 2-goal lead, and Team White will still maintain the lead. But that could have been a chance for a safety there for Team White, because Team White, once they go up by more than 1 goal, they start to pop off. And right now, they're getting closer and closer to being able to get a second goal, but they just haven't done so yet. Team Clark are going to be having to look to try and get a goal themselves. But Pixakar playing it slow, tries to pinch the ball mid over to Panda. Panda 50s the ball back out mid. Furlash with the empty net, gets saved away by Cabbage. If you guys do not know who Cabbage is, Levy is Cabbage. He has both aliases. A little bit easier to say Cabbage than Levy, so I may be interchanging between those two names. But Pixakar back over to Itsuki. Itsuki now down to Cabbage. Cabbage trying to maintain possession. Furlash ends up getting a complete dunk on Cabbage, but it's still only 1-0 here for Team White. Pixakar trying to maintain possession, and the ball gets getting cleared past him. Now over to Clarky. Clarky into the air, ends up going off the ceiling, ends up getting cleared away. Cabbage tries to get a 50-50, but ends up going right back to his own side. Itsuki trying to maintain possession. Furlash already in the air, pinches the ball back to the corner, and Clarky will clear it away. Panda passes the ball back out mid, over to Pixakar. Pixakar tries to take possession, but it isn't able to do so. And now Cabbage clears the ball off the backboard, isn't able to maintain possession with the demos he has, but he looks for it, but he managed to get a demo. Back to the midfield line. Cabbage, though, ends up getting bumped by Furlash, and Team White will manage to stave away the pressure here, at least for a little bit. But Clarky gets an amazing touch out mid. Panda has to get the clear, manages to do so, and now Panda clears the ball down the field, where Clarky is now going to maintain possession. 50-50 up to the backboard, now over to Itsuki. Itsuki passes the ball over to the side, back to Clarky. Clarky trying to maintain possession now, over to Panda. Cabbage. Now over to Itsuki. Itsuki isn't able to get back to it. Now Cabbage will clear the ball away once more. Nobody's challenging this ball. Cabbage looking for demos. Pixakar on the back wall, and it's going to be saved away at the last second by Pixakar, and Team White maintain a 1-0 lead. You have to wonder if Team White is being extremely nice to me, trying to get a 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 sweep in regards to this series. I mean, it's theoretically a 1-0 win is technically the fastest way you could win a game in Rocket League, and maybe they're trying to do that to be nice on my voice here, since I am going to be casting these next two series on my own. However, ball's going to be back over to Panda. Panda back to Itsuki. Itsuki looking for the follow-up, isn't able to get back to it. Now it's going to be over to Furlash. Furlash fakes the ball on the back wall. Minute left on the clock, and Team Clarky have still yet to score a goal. Are Team White trying to get a perfect sweep here? if you guys do not know what a perfect sweep is, it's when a team wins the game without losing a single game in the set, but also never gets scored on. Team White actually managed to get 2 perfect sweeps throughout the entirety of last season. One was against Team Gold, and the other one, I believe, was actually against Team Green at the very beginning of the season. Panda looks for the shot, isn't able to get it past him, but now it's going to be back to Pixcar. Pixcar tries to center for Furlash. Furlash isn't able to get the touch. It's now going to be back to Itsuki. Itsuki pops the ball over Panda. Panda gets beat out. Now it's going to be Pixcar getting beat out. Itsuki pops the ball over on target. Furlash will get the save at the last second. The Japanese pro himself doing his best here to try and maintain the offensive lead here for Team White. Ball's going to be shot. It's going to be saved away by the 4th man and Pixcar. Pixcar into the air. 0 boost. Looks for a shot. It's going to be high. Furlash looks at the follow-up. Pixcar almost gets the follow-up. Panda looks at the shot, and that's going to be with 19 seconds left. Team White get the 2-goal lead, and Team White looking to continue their sweeping reign from the seeding tournament here into split number 1. However, we do recall here that Team White had not lost a single match in Split 1 until the final week, where Team Cyan actually managed to beat them and take them to a Game 5. They didn't lose a series. Team White didn't lose a single series till the playoff grand finals. However, in terms of matches, all of Split 1, they were undefeated until that final week. So maybe Team White are again going to start off very strong. However, as the weeks progress, you have to wonder how it's going to continue to be so. Looks like Furlash looking for series, but now back to game number 3, Beckwith Park Stormy, and we still have yet to see who's going to win this here. This is the first Havoc versus Havoc match, and we're already starting off with Team White with some stellar progression. Furlash looking for a shot. Clarky does manage to get a save at the last second. It's going to be Itsuki and Clarky still maining, but you have to wonder, is Benji or Cabbage better? Of course, Cabbage has managed to get to SSL and is more mechanical, but maybe Benji's more laid-back 3rd-man style will allow Itsuki and Clarky to move up the field, and they're going to get the first goal on the board. Here we go. Ball passes out mid. It looks like Team White just weren't ready. And it looks like Pixcar actually started backing up, even though Panda was watching the back post. Maybe a little bit of lack of trust there in Team White. But Team White still have a lot of time to go. It's the first time they've been scored on. Sadly for Team White, they aren't able to get the first perfect sweep of the season, at least just yet. But Panda looking for the solo play. Ends up looking for a flick, and Clarky gets the block. Ball 50's ball out to the back. Pixcar trying to slow play it, but Itsuki manages to get the block. Now back over to Panda. Panda and Pixcar end up double committing on that ball. Benji looks for the bump. Ball centers out mid, and Clarky will get the 2nd goal on the board. Team Blue right now are playing solid, and right afterwards, it is sad, of course, that Cabbage ended up disconnecting and couldn't get back on. But so far, they're looking very strong, even without Cabbage in this game number 3. Panda 50s the ball forward. Looking to try and pass him mid. He ends up running out of boost, and it's going to be up to Pixcar to keep the pressure on for the offensive push here for Team White. Now back over to Clarky. Clarky tries to push it forward. It's going to be leaves it for Furlash. Furlash fake challenges twice. Ends up losing the 50 back to Panda. Panda into the air. 4 minutes left on the clock. Looks for the double tap. It's going to be in front of an empty net. Furlash looks at the follow-up. Isn't able to put the ball in the back of the net, but he ends up staying under the ball to try and bait out a bad touch from the other team. Pixcar now looking for the shot. Someone's getting bumped in net. Pixcar can't get the goal, but Panda, as 3rd man, ended up pushing up a little too far. He does manage to get back for a touch at the last second. Now it's going to be up to Furlash. Furlash hops the ball forward over to Clarky. Clarky ends up getting bumped by Furlash, but he still maintains possession. Clarky looking for an air dribble. Looks at the flip reset. Isn't able to get the ball on target, but that's going to be, it looks like Furlash is playing a little bit too aggressive here, and he's brought the ball back to his own side of the field multiple times now, and he's just trying to keep possession. Maybe he's trying to carry too much on this team here, but now it's going to be back over to Panda. Panda hops the ball up mid, but Pixcar's going to be out of position, but Benji manages to get a goal for himself, and Team Blue managed to go up 3-0 here in game number 3. Look at this here from Benji from the midfield line. Panda looks like he ran out of boost and couldn't get back to the ball, and Team White are actually going to have to adapt here. Cabbage it's going to be Benji in for Cabbage, and Cabbage still looking very strong. Sorry, Benji looking very strong here, subbing in for this new team. Double commit from Team White, but they managed to Dookie push the ball towards the offensive side. Itsuki ended up misreading where that ball was going to go. Ended up back passing it to Clarky. Panda tries to pinch the ball off the backboard. Clarky looking for the follow-up on low boost. Managed to get back to it, but now it's going to be over to Furlash. Furlash loses the 50-50. Now back to Panda. Panda off the sidewall. Back over to Pixcar. Isn't able to get back to it. Ball benches out mid. No one's going to follow it, though, from Team White, and Team Blue still maintain the 3-goal lead here halfway through this game. Ball gets launched forward over to Pixacar. Pixacar looking to hit the ball off the backboard. Now it's going to be followed up. Isn't able to get back to it. Now back over to Furlash. Furlash ends up getting bumped out by Pixacar. Pixacar rotating front post. Furlash now trying to maintain possession. Furlash now back over to the corner. Over to Clarky. Clarky looks for the shot, and that's going to be a 4-goal lead here as Team White. What happened here? They went from being getting 2 solid wins in games 1 and 2, to it looks like they're frustrated. Furlash ending getting bumped by his own teammate and then putting it across. You have to hope that they manage to recuperate themselves. Otherwise, they're going to not be able to get the sweep here, or at least we're going to be going to a game 4. Panda looks for a center off the side wall. 2 minutes left on the clock. Furlash looks for the follow. Well, that's going to be an empty net chance here. Pixacar looks for the fake. Isn't able to get it past the defender. Ball's going to get launched down the field. Panda pops the ball up high. Now over to Clarky. Clarky ends up getting the beat past Panda. Can't get it past Pixacar. Pixacar keeps the ball on offense. Pixacar looked to land on the ball, but Furlash once again is third man. Pushed up a little bit too far. Now, Panda into the air. Looks for the 50-50. Now back over to Panda once more. Looking to try to push the ball across. Benji. Now back over to Pixacar. Pixacar trying to maintain possession. Ball's going to be popped across. Now back to Pixacar once more. Clarky, though, gets the beat on Pixacar. It's going to be up to Furlash. Furlash pops the ball past one. Pixacar turns from the midfield line. Benji trying to take his time here. Manages to win the 50-50, but it goes straight to Pixacar. Pixacar gets bumped, but Clarky plays it slow. Realizing that he can play it slow here, Clarky manages to flicks the ball over one defender. Ball followed up from Itsuki. Now over to Panda. Panda launches the ball down the field over to Benji. Benji versus Pixacar. Benji manages to get the ball past 1 minute and a half left on the clock. Now back over to Furlash once again, looking to maintain possession. Now over to Benji. Benji over to Pixacar. Pixacar pinches the ball up to the high ceiling. Looking for a pass mid. Gets beat out by Itsuki. And right now, Team Blue are looking really strong. Maybe it gave them a sense of relief that realizing that, hey, we're not playing with our full roster. We can just chill and just try to do our best. And it's looking like it's helping them out as Benji gets his second goal of the game. Bring it to a 5-0 lead versus Team White. Team White have only been held to 0 goals, I believe, once back in Season 5. And if they don't score in the next minute, that's going to be in their first series of the season. That's going to lead to them being scoreless. Hopefully they manage to score a goal, but right now it looks like it's going to be impossible for Team White to come back unless they can really pull off a miracle. Ball gets launched to the backboard, followed from Panda. Panda doesn't have the mechanics to be able to read that touch. Ball's now going to be over to Clarky. Clarky down to Furlash. Furlash has to pop the ball across, but it looks like a lack of possession right now for Team White. Pixacar looking to maintain possession. Pinches the ball is going to be off the ceiling. Now over to Panda. Panda pops the ball down. Now over to Clarky. Clarky ends up not being able to get a touch on it. Over to Furlash. Furlash off the sidewall. Over to Pixacar. Pixacar ends up whiffing. Panda last on defense does manage to get a save just in the nick of time. But Benji still keeping the ball on offense. And it looks like Team White are going to lose their first game of the season in their first series of the season. I mean, I know they are still up 2-2 in the series, but still, it's not normal for Team White to lose, especially to teams that are not considered at the very top of the league. But now Furlash pops the ball across. Pixacar looking to try and maintain possession. Pixacar launches the ball down the field. Are they going to remain scoreless? And the ball's going to touch the ground. Team White. 5 minutes left on the clock. Who's going to get the win? Pixacar manages to win the kickoff straight off the bat, but it ends up going straight into the possession for Team Blue. Benji now launches the ball forward. Now over to Pixacar. Pixacar manages to keep the ball on the offensive side. Panda looks for the doink, and Clarky will Cuxer pinch the ball down the field. Furlash trying to maintain possession. Now back into the middle. Itsuki will get out 50 by Furlash. This time looks like Team White are playing a little bit more solid on the defensive side. Ball gets launched out to the midfield line. Panda keeping the ball on offense. Panda going to be looking for a pass mid here, but he again has 0 boost in the offensive corner, something that has happened a few times this series. But now Pixacar gets the possession off of Benji, and Itsuki will get the clear down the field. Panda launches the ball off the side wall. Now it's going to be back over to Benji. Benji launches the ball down the field. Pixacar ends up getting a poor touch. Benji looks for the pass mid, and Team Blue will once again get a goal lead. Team Blue, they're looking to fight back. We've seen a sweep tonight. We've seen Game 5s tonight, but we have yet to see a reverse sweep. And if Team Blue managed to win Game number 4 here, we're going to be on the cusp of a reverse sweep. 1-0 right now, 4 minutes left on the clock. Team White have not scored now for 6 whole minutes. Now back over to Itsuki, popping the ball in the air. Pixacar will get the beat on 1. Now back over to Benji. Benji Now over to Panda. Panda ends up getting a whiff on the backboard, and Pixcar will have to bail him out. But now Furlash taking possession off the side wall, keeps the ball on offense. Looking for the follow, looks for the shot. It's going to be saved away by Benji. But still, ever since Benji has joined this lobby here, Team White have yet to score. You have to wonder, is the defense of Benji a little bit better than the offense of Clarky? The offense of Cabbage at this moment in time. Panda looking for the 50-50. Back over to Benji. Benji feeks it for Itsuki, and Team Blue once again are going up by 2 goals. This is what is happening right now in Team White. They've now been scoreless now for 6.5 minutes. They've been scoreless before in one game towards the end of the season, but they have never been scoreless for 2 whole games. However, you do have to wonder, once Team White if Team White managed to get their first goal here after 6.5 minutes of scoring, that should be when the floodgates open. Furlash loses the 50-50 over to Pixcar. Pixcar tries to launch the ball down the field over to Panda. Panda and Pixcar pinch the ball down. Itsuki looking for a clear. Pixcar isn't able to get the read, but Panda passes the ball across to Furlash. Furlash, though, isn't able to get back up to the ball. It's going to be an empty net here. Pixcar can't get a save. He does get a save at the last second. Clarky looking to play it slow, and he gets it past the defenders. Benji with the playmaker. Clarky with the goal. And once again, Team Blue with the 3-goal lead. What is happening at this moment in time, everybody? I thought this was going to be a clean sweep here for Team White after the first 2 games, but ever since Cabbage lost, ever since Cabbage's power went out, it's been nothing but Team Blue on offense. Nearing now 7 minutes without a goal for Team White, and it might be another goal, and they aren't able to get back to the ball. Panda to the backboard. Looking for the follow-up. Here comes Furlash. Furlash leaves the ball. It's going to be now back over to Pixcar. Pixcar to the backboard. Follow-up now. Benji ends up looking for a pass down to Clarky. Clarky into the air. Over to Itsuki. Itsuki now down to Panda. Panda, though, misses the ball on the backboard, and Clarky will get his hat trick. 4-0. This is what we like to see. It's just what is happening to Team White. They went from a stellar team. They swept Flu Esports Pink, the 2nd seed, in the grand finals of the seeding tournament. But now 4-0 with less than 3 minutes left on the clock. We might be going to a Game 5 and a potential reverse sweep against Team White here for Team Blue. Ball's going to get launched down the field. Team White still scoreless here as we're nearing the 8-minute mark for being scoreless for Team White. Furlash loses the 50-50 back. Clarky trying to maintain possession. Looks for the Cuxer pinch. Panda will get the read. Furlash keeps the ball on offense and passes it back over to Pixcar. Pixcar gets demoed out by Itsuki, and it's going to be over to Benji. Benji trying to maintain possession, looking for the flick over 1. Back to Furlash. Furlash into the air. Here comes Panda. Panda gets a touch over Clarky, but Clarky still stays in the vicinity and will pass the ball down to Benji. Furlash into the air off the backboard, looking for the pass to Panda. Itsuki does get beat out, but Benji looking to maintain possession. Furlash gets the dunk on 1. Now back over to Clarky. Clarky back to Pixcar. Over to Clarky once more. Panda isn't able to get back to the ball. Over to Pixcar now. Over to Itsuki. Has an empty net. Pre-flips the ball in the back of the net. And Team Blue are on the verge of this being the biggest upset in Havoc history. The only time that there's ever been an upset like this was actually Main Team in Season 1, where they almost lost to an Academy team after never losing a series the entire season. However, Main Team did manage to come out and win that game back in Season 2, and but it was still it was the cusp of being the greatest upset of all time. However, Team White, they still have Game 5 after this, as long as they can maintain their composure, or unless they can pull off a miracle in game number 4 here to try and get back. But if Team White don't score here in the next minute and a half, however, the net is empty, and they finally get the goal. Team White, now after 8.5 minutes, have finally gotten a goal on the board. Finally. The drought is over, and now, hopefully, the floodgates will open for Team White to see if they can come back here, if not in Game 4, in Game 5. Right off the kickoff, ball's going to be hit over to Pixcar. Pixcar trying to maintain possession here off the side wall, tries to pass the ball across over to Panda. Panda isn't able to get back to the shot, and Pixcar will pass the ball mid. Itsuki trying to maintain possession, 50s the ball over to the backboard. Furlash fakes out the challenge. But Panda ends up pushing up a little bit too far as that third man. As we back over to Furlash. Furlash back to Benji. Benji now. Waiting out mid for Panda's clear. Ends up having to wait for Pixcar's touch, but Pixcar gets demoed out by Benji. The aggression right now of Team Blue is without bounds at this moment in time. Ball's going to be back to Furlash. He's going to roll up the wall, though, and still only a 1 goal for Team White. As I say that, though, 40 seconds left in the clock, and we're back within 3. Team White still have a chance here to bring it back in game number 4. However, it's going to be a huge task. It has happened before. Team Purple versus Team Gray, Season 5, aka last season. They managed to come back and win 5-4 after being down 0-4 in the last minute of the game, and they actually won in regulation. So Team White definitely have the possibility to tie up this series here. The key matter of it is not how they can do it, it's a matter of if they will do it at this moment in time. Ball bounces out mid, it's going to be a mistouch, and Clarky's going to try and maintain possession. Clarky passes the ball over to Itsuki. Clarky and Itsuki end up double committing though. Clarky looks like he wanted to take the ball for himself, gets the ball past Panda, but now Furlash trying to maintain possession. Itsuki ends up getting bumped, but he ends up still getting to the back to the ball. But unless Team White can score right now, it looks like game number 4 is going to be over, and Team Blue are on the cusp of reverse sweeping Team White. Ball's going to bounce up. Still looking for a consolation goal is Team White, but Team White have found out how to score once again, and hopefully they can maintain their defense this time. Ball will touch Team White or Team Blue. Cheer on whoever you guys think is going to win. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's see who can get this win. Back over to Benji. Benji 50 clears the ball down the field. Team White, they've been known to get nervous in situations where they're losing, especially if they lose by a big margin in previous games. But Pixcar, taking his time, looks for the 50-50, ends up getting completely dunked on by Benji, but it's still okay. Benji looking for the solo play, but Furlash ends up getting beat. Luckily for him, Panda is back and supporting. Clarky tries to pinch the ball down the field, and Panda's going to get a touch. Ball back over to Itsuki. Itsuki onto the backboard. Here comes Furlash. Furlash looking for the follow-up. Benji clears the ball to the backboard. Now back over to Pixcar. Pixcar can't get back to the ball. Now over to Pinda. Pinda, though, that's going to be a bad 50-50 there for Team White, but no one touches it. Now Panda in a 1v1 versus Clarky. Clarky going to be looking at try to intercept the pass mid, which he manages to do so. But Team White are looking a little bit better here going into this game 5. If Team White manages to score first, then it might be just like games 1 and 2 where they manage to just maintain the lead the entire time. Pixar trying to maintain possession, clears the ball forward, now back over to Panda. Panda looking for the shot, it's going to be over Clarky. That's going to be almost a bump into a goal there. However, the pool shot does not end up working out. It's going to be over to Furlash. Furlash looking for possession, clears the ball forward. Now back over to Clarky. Pixar tries to pinch the ball mid over to Furlash. Panda ends up pushing a little bit up, too far up as third man, but Team White are continuing to push the ball forward. Now back over to Benji. Benji launches the ball over to the back wall, over to Benji once more. Benji gets completely dunked on by Furlash. Furlash, the Japanese pro, puts the ball on the back of the net, and that's going to be a 1-goal lead. Furlash, he has those RLCS matches later tonight, and it looks like he's finally taking it serious. Game 5 right now. Furlash scores the first goal. Looks like Silver in the chat, he's going to throw hands with Clarky after this. We are all tired. Silver saying he's tired. I've been casting now for the last 3.5 hours. So you say you're tired? I think I'm a little tired too. Of course, that's after a long day as well. But now ball's going to be launched over, and Clarky actually ties up the game. Team White not managing to keep the goal lead this time, and Team Blue still managing to get back in this game. Furlash barely couldn't get up to that ball. Pixcar couldn't get the read. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Team Blue keeping it close against the best team in Havoc. Pixar loses the ball over to the side. Now back over to Itsuki. Over to Furlash now. Furlash passes the ball down. Back over to Pixar. Pixar tries to pinch the ball forward, looking for the follow-up. Loses the 50-50 back to Panda. Panda trying to get a pass out mid. He ends up getting bumped. Itsuki ends up getting bumped as well. It's going to be back over to Furlash. Furlash back to Clarky. Clarky trying to maintain possession. Now back over to Pixar. Pixar back to Benji. Now it's going to be back over now to Furlash. Furlash trying to maintain possession. Over to Pixar. Pixar off the back corner wall. Now over to Panda. Panda looks for the shot. It's going to end up being a pass to Furlash. Furlash passes it back out mid. Pixar gets the 50-50, and Team White get back in the lead. Team White are not giving away this series too easily. If Team Blue want to get this series win, if they want to get the upset, they're going to have to show that they actually are the better team at this moment in time. 2.5 minutes left on the clock, and as we're nearing the waning moments of this series, ladies and gentlemen, get up, get loud, spam it in the chat. Let's see who you guys think is going to win. Who do you guys want to win? Well, as we're nearing a little bit moments in time, if you guys do like this, if you guys want to, you guys are able to actually help out these players. If you guys want to give money to the prize pool for these team players to play for, you can go to the donation button down below, and you will be able to donate and try so you can support your favorite teams as they try to push on their run to the prize pool. But now Pixcar, last back on defense, and Itsuki actually gets the goal. And if you guys are a fan of Itsuki like I know I am, that's the type of stuff that we like to see. 2 minutes left on the clock, and Itsuki manages to launch the ball down the field 132 kilometers per hour after the doink from Pixcar. 2-2, and Team White still have a chance to lose this series. Ball's off kickoff. Pixcar gets the bump. He actually gets bumped back into the ball to clear it to his back corner. Looks for the follow-up is Furlash. Pixcar looks at the follow-up as third man on 0 boost, gets the clear. Benji into the air, but Panda's a little bit fast. Panda actually whiffs, though. It's going to be over to Pixcar. Pixcar passes it down. Benji will try to take possession. Benji into the air, over to Furlash. Furlash back over to Panda. Pixcar last on defense, looking to maintain possession off his own back wall. Here we go. Here comes Pixcar. Furlash looks for the shot, and it's in! The Japanese pro trying to carry this team to a win. Here we go. Look at this from Furlash. Manages to get the goal lead once more, getting a second goal of the game. Pops it over Itsuki. Benji couldn't get back in time. Team White, they are keeping it very, very close at this moment in time, but they're still looking like they can be the winners here. Clarkey wins the kickoff, but ends up going straight over to Team White. Furlash looking for a follow-up shot, looking for the hat trick to try and win this game. Isn't able to do so, but now it's going to be back over to Pixcar. Benji now over to Panda. Panda looks for the hit off the backboard, isn't able to get the follow-up. Itsuki trying to maintain possession here and try to pass it out mid. Clarkey looking to fly up for this ball, but Pixcar's a little bit too quick and will manage to maintain possession as well. Pixcar off the back wall, tries to catch Benji off guard. Benji, though, just gets a free clear. Furlash gets dusted by Itsuki, and Panda has the ball out mid, but Pixcar saves his team there by getting an amazing demo. That's what we like to see out of the third man, looking to be more useful than just rushing back to net. And now Pixcar looking for the flip reset, tries to pinch it on target, isn't able to do so, and will just wave dash away. Furlash playing it slow here in the last minute. Pixcar tries to get the 50-50. He manages to do so. Now back over to Furlash. Furlash maintaining possession. Looks at her pass mid. Over to Panda. Isn't able to get back to it. Now it's going to be over to the hands of Itsuki. Itsuki back to Pixcar. Pixcar down to Benji. Benji now back over to Panda. Panda, though, ends up giving a free pass to Benji. Benji has a chance here to tie the game. Furlash will get a touch. Pixcar waiting on the back wall. Pass mid to Itsuki. Itsuki will get the 50-50 in the offense, and the ball will remain on offense for Team Blue. Benji gets the 50-50 down mid to Clarkey. Clarkey looks at the possession, isn't able to get it. Fakes it out for Itsuki, but it's going to be off target. Double commit from Team White. Pixcar looks at the follow-up. Going to be off the ceiling. Benji now with the follow-up. Looks for the pass mid. Over to Itsuki. He gets the tying goal off the playmaker from Benji, and Team White have to yet score another goal if they want to avoid this upset. Oh my goodness. Why does this have to go in an OT, everybody? I'm tired. We got one more series after this. But it's okay, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we like to see out of all these teams. Pixcar now ends up getting the pick off right to Benji. Benji looking to win it all for his team. All's going to be getting empty space here just for a moment, but Pixcar will look to try and maintain possession. Pixcar gets the 50-50 past one. Now back to Itsuki. Itsuki over to Furlash. Ball will be kept up. Team might be able to score here at 0 seconds. Ball, and it looks like Benji's going to drop it. And ladies and gentlemen, we have overtime. Pixcar looks like it'll be over to Furlash. Furlash could win it all here. Looks for the flip reset. Isn't able to get it past them. Now back to Pixcar. Pixcar gets bumped into Panda, but luckily for them, it catches the other team off guard. Clarkey ends up backwards. He ends up whiffing, but luckily for him, Benji's there for support. Ball's going to be back over to Pixcar. Pixcar isn't able to get back to it. Over to Furlash. Furlash ends up popping the ball over to the corner. Sorry, Pixcar pops the ball in the corner. Pixcar now looking to try and get the solo play. Looks for the double tap mid. Furlash with the follow-up. It's off the backboard. Here comes Panda. Can win it all. It's going to be wide. And now still 30 seconds into OT, and we do not have a winner. Pixcar into the air. Looking for the follow-up. Ball's going to get pinched to the backboard. Benji looks for a clear. It's going to be over to Panda. Furlash gets a demo under his rotation now. Panda with the solo play. It's on target. Panda wins the game for Team White. Panda scores and leaves. That's what we like to see. Panda getting the clutch goal to avoid the upset. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Havoc stream. We still have one match to go. However, before we get into the next match, we got an interview with the man, myth, the legend himself, the MVP, the OT winner. We got Pinda. Pinda, how you doing, man?
Howdy, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So that was a series.
It indeed was.
It indeed was a series. So I got to hear your opinion. Like, what Like, of course, one player changed, but Benji is a lower ranked player than Cabbage. Of course, he has a little bit more threes experience than Cabbage, though. So, what changed really with the whole dynamic of the situation that led to almost the biggest upset in Havoc history?
Um, I'd say it's just Benji's like threes presence, like his team, his ability to fit anywhere into a team is unseen. Like I've never seen somebody be able to just slot in anywhere and just make a team even better in any position how he can. So Benji's a really good player and he's really scary to play against. So we knew that it was going to be like difficult moving forward. Definitely not that difficult. It is not necessarily fun, but they are great games playing against Benji. So didn't expect it to go to game 5, but I'm glad we pulled out the win.
Indeed. So now that's honestly, I think that might be your hardest matchup for a while. Because even when Cabbage is on the team, he definitely has just that presence in regards to the offensive mechanical plays. He wasn't able to really handle it that well today. I think really when Benji came in, what I noticed was just the demos that he brought to the table, along with just booming the ball in those really awkward spots. How did you guys end up managing to deal with that, or did you manage to add something else to your gameplay that allowed you to at least manage to get the win?
I definitely towards the end of the series started getting more physical and more aggressive myself. And then me personally, I just focused on trying to control the ball more, not throw away possession. And then as a team, we're just working on supporting each other and making sure that we're making good hits on the ball. We realized we were kind of just throwing away the ball and making really poor touches. So just trying to clean up what we were doing. We realized by the end of game 4, the second half of game 4, we played a lot better. So we said if we keep doing that moving forward, we should be able to come out with a win in game 5. And that's what we did. A little difficult. Had to bring it to a game 5 OT because that's definitely team wide fashion. But yeah.
Okay, well, everybody go follow at PindaRL on Twitter, as shown on the stream, and
Yes, sir.
hopefully we'll see Pinda continue that grind, and hopefully we'll see Team White actually get the win this season, right?
Yes, sir. Hopefully so. It will happen. Not even hopefully. It's gonna happen.
It's
Just
gonna
letting you
happen.
all know. You heard it here first.
You're gonna put in that. I hope you guys put in that grind last season. It looked like the grind wasn't there, but it looks like this season y'all are ready and raring to go. And if pattern goes by anything, you lost in a reverse sweep best of 7, 2 seasons ago in the semifinals, and then you managed to go up to the grand finals and lose. So that means you're gonna win this season, but you're gonna get reverse swept week 1 of next season, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Awesome to hear. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Panda, and I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Thank you so much.
Is it really dumb luck? Is that how you found love? Found love. I wanna find my own love. Yeah, why does life seem so short but so long at the same time? Feel like I hate it, feel like I love it, I cannot pick mine. It's out of my mind, it's out of my mind. I don't know how to describe all of the ways that I'm feeling inside, all of the ways that I'm changing in my mind.